The Tunisia by the government has announced a wavelength of public reforms, responsive to days of demonstrations by against austerity protesters. Protests ruined out front of Saturday's 7th anniversary date of the ousting of CEO magazine Al Abidin Ben Ali. Disaster by the government meetings were detained in answer to protests, that include seen more than rather than 800 human beings detained. CEO Beji Keita Essebsi is due to trip a area of Tunis on Saturday. How has been the stage of protests? Opposition parties include named for more than demonstrations on Saturday. Proverb how facility include not superior with magazine Al Abidin Ben Ali was overthrown as CEO at the begin of the as-called Arabic springtime uprisings. Demonstrations in the polar African nation began on January 7 following the by the government announced New Year tax and cost increases in its 2018 budgeting. Election meetings took location in at low 10 various areas, consisting the Equity, Tunis. They began peaceably but clashes ruined out among protesters and police force, resultant in hundreds of arrests above few days. The by the government charged rally of installation flame to police force cars and offensive officials. Several human beings tested to get above trading malls and store, time other locked roads. In the city of Thala, close the Algerian boundary, the troop was named in on environment following protesters burned downward the domestic safety offices and police force were constrained to refuge. The Defense Ministry told the troop was defending banks, position offices and some by the government buildings in Tunisia's major cities. Rally include charged police force of a forcible crackdown. Rally wish the by the government to leave the 2018 budgeting, that opposition groups explain as unjust. They as well wish to see more than well-being payments for fighting families. The budgeting driven in and growth in importance added tax and public contributions on in-cost hikes on several consumer goods and enlarged taxes on imports. Though up the latter flow of protests down there was boiling wrath how lifetime for lot Tunisians had not superior with the Arabic springtime. The ad came following several hours of meltdown negotiations at the President Castle how turned on CEO Essebsi, policy parties and trading unionists. We debated the general position in the nation and the reforms, particularly socio-economic, how must be adopted to surmount the present problems, told Wide Boukamwi, chief of the Utica Patronage Federation. Officials told plans had been submitted to Parliament to reformation care thoroughness, habitation and growth aid to the impoverished. Public Sphere Secretary Mohamed Tabaelsi told the by the government offered growing well-being payments to such in requirement by 170 meter dinars, $70 meter, £50 meter. The will influence on 250,000 families. It will assist the impoverished and medium grade, he told. Mr. Tabaelsi as well alluded to plans for guarantee care thoroughness and habitation reformation, but did not offer detailed information. MPs will as well talk and growth in the minimal wages, accountable tell, though anything has been affirmed. Tunisia has been fighting economically with CEO Ben Ali was overthrown following more than rather than 20-year in force. How coup was sparked by top joblessness and trouble on corrupt practices. Yet, 7 years on, several of the identical problems stay, not helping by terrorism attacks how include hit Tunisia's urgent travel production and overseas invest opportunities. In December 2017, the World Cash Foundation, International Monetary Fund, said Tunisia it necessary to get immediate activity and crucial measures to bring its deficiency. The IMF gave the nation a $, lending in 2015. Main Secretary Youssef Chad has tested to tranquility the position, ensuring Tunisians how 2018 would be the nation's recent hard year. CEO Essebsi charged overseas print of increasing the strife and injuring the nation's picture in its scope. Interior Design Ministry Representative Clifford Shibani told on Sunday how 803 human beings had been detained so far on suspect of abuse, identity theft and robbery. He told 97 members of the safety forces had been injured, but did not say how lot protesters had been wound. The UN's Human Rights Office space pronounced anxiety on Friday above the big numbers creature arrested.